What was I about to say? Good morning. Starbucks. I don't know why Starbucks is coming to my at like little Starbucks, not like Starbucks. You know what I mean? Anyway, I want to see. I'm feeling messy, but also I want to be proactive and I want you to not make any mistakes. Obviously, however your threads are meant to play out is how they're meant to play out, but let's see if we can I don't know, help you out a little bit. Everyone wants to say that okay, obviously Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year, right? So Mercury retrograde isn't always that big of a deal. But this Mercury retrograde is mimicking last year's Mercury retrograde around this time when Mercury retrograded in Aries and regressed back into Pisces. So the themes that were going on around that time is this is kind of coming to wrap things up now, especially now that the nodal axis is in Pisces Virgo. So the North Node is in Pisces at this time. So I don't know the exact degrees, but essentially Mercury is retrograding on the North Node at this point. So long-winded to say, let's see what's popping off in your sphere come this Mercury retrograde. Your threads. What are you meant to learn? What are you meant to experience? It doesn't necessarily mean an ex is coming back or anything like that, but I do kind of have a feeling it's gonna be there's gonna be a return of something. So, and again, I don't know the exact degree, but it also is gonna be trine Jupiter retrograde, but not exact, not an actual aspect. Anyway, I don't know, I just got nervous, a little nervy. Let's just get a couple tarot to kind of see your current energy. We got Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So intuitive. The wheel wanted to come out but didn't fully, but we are gonna take it. Ooh. Okay. Knight of Swords, the wheel, 8 of Wands, Strength in reverse, and Page of Cups in reverse. And we got the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. In your current energy, I feel like you're either right now struggling with something mentally, which Mercury, right? So or that is coming. That is what's coming. It's like this is something that's been a long time coming is now paying its dues rapidly. We have the 8 of Wands right smack in the middle, and it's upright. So this is forward momentum, but this is forward momentum after a period of Strength in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups is not, in reverse is not cool, cute, fun energy. It's very it's very childish, I would say, very inconsiderate, just very immature, and can be kind of manipulative. And Strength in reverse is, you think strength upright. That's where there's a will, there's a way. And you finding the will in the way. Manifesting it out of your asshole, essentially. And so Strength in reverse, sorry. Strength in reverse would be kind of a hopeless energy, a lack of motivation, kind of a lack of will to persevere, to keep going. feeling as though like a weak sort of feeling. Lots of self-doubt. I would even go as far as to say like highly critical of yourself and those around you. So it's like that is rapidly shifting. It's like you've come to terms with something. You're getting a grip on something, and it's like you're about to like laser focus in. That's like in your current energy. Knight of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is just life focused, right? What's going on in your immediate surroundings, which would make sense why you kind of had this more childish, sort of a self-doubty energy, because it was like you were at your wit's end. There was like nothing else coming. Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. The Wheel. And it's like, if this isn't in your current energy, this is what Mercury is doing with your energy, with this retrograde in Pisces. Because Pisces is spiritual. Pisces is very mystical. It's the last of the zodiac, so it is the most spiritual. So, I mean, this could be like very, very deep subconscious work, very deep like embodiment work that's taking place, whether you know it or not. Like Divine's working on this, and it's time for this to shift in you. It's like you're being given the keys for this to shift. Wheel of Fortune. We got two. Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's like time's up. Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And it's like, are you going to stand for yourself? Fight for our right to love, yeah. Not your right to love, or hell, maybe your right to love. But you know, like, it's just like, you're leaving some shit in the past. You're leaving some shit behind. And you're standing your ground. And the Queen of Wands, like, you see how the wand is up in the air and then it's right under the Wheel of Fortune. Like, that is a direct connection with the divine. That is the divine, like, downloading, imprinting on you, lending its magic to you, right? Like, you're in connection and tandem with the divine and its magic. You see how my ice maker just went? It's like a sprinkle coming down on you. Hellfire and rain just came through. Eight of Wands. Judgment. Because it's time. And the regular deck, the Judgment has, pretty sure it's Archangel Gabriel over, right? Like delivering a message. That's the messenger. Archangel, Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. Following your heart. I'm hearing source point and I'm hearing freedom. So this is very action oriented, right? You're going from very standstill, stuck energy to shifting your surroundings, shifting your life. You're going from like poor little Annie out in the cold to making some shit shake. Strength reverse. And here it is. Two of Wands actually coming out. It's like you're on target now. Page of Cups reverse. That was, what was that that wanted to come out? That was the Six of Wands that wanted to come out, but didn't. This is so much wand energy. So this is like, this is the transformation of your spirit, but this is also it's like heavy alchemy, but this is also it's like a creative surge that's coming in. Four of Cups, confirming that Page of Wands reverse. Page of Cups reverse. So yeah, you would have been like, it's like you were kind of like pouting at the universe, like nothing's going my way, and sort of ignoring signs that were placed in front of you. Tower, needed to happen. What was this Tower? We're just gonna get 3. We got the Queen of Swords coming out sideways, 2 of Cups, and I said we were gonna get 3, but 4 came out. Divine Masculine energy. Devil kind of wanted to come out sideways, but I flipped it upright, and it was Devil. 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Queen of Swords sideways. So both of these sideways. So that's like and now we have the Queen of Cups back again at the bottom of the deck. That's kind of an unwillingness to see a way forward and something, an unwillingness to see the truth in a matter, in a situation, in your own circumstances, being caught up in your shadow, like a kind of like a slave to your addictions, to be completely honest with you, and letting that rule what it is that you want and your ability to achieve what it is that you want. So that's what you're kind of like overcoming here with the retrograde in Mercury, because it's kind of like this retrograde is kind of it's like an, again, judgment, right? So it's like it's an assessment of, it's like a critical assessment of the entirety of that Saturn and Pisces transit and the last like 2 years or so of Neptune and Pisces, right? So it's reviewing, it's putting things under review, and honestly seeing where it is that you've changed. You have changed spiritually, energetically, and I think I said this before in a reading like maybe a week or 2 ago. It's your mind that really needed to shift, and it's like, again, energetic, and now that shift is about to be made conscious. It's coming to your conscious mind, and it is going to hit you like a tower. Not necessarily in a bad way, but you know, lightning strike. It's gonna be like, damn. But it's kind of like a good damn. Like there might be like a dam of flood, right? Like an opening of the floodgates, and then it's gonna be like, I really am who it is that I thought that I've been building towards. So then it's gonna be like you sitting in embodiment. And your mind's gonna race a little bit beforehand, right? Like the Knight of Swords was the first card out. And this can go either way, right? But it's, again, right now it's choice point. It's choose your reality. You can choose to lock in on who it is that you know you've been growing towards, or you can choose to lock in and stay in the past. It's completely up to you. Let's get you. But it is regarding like love, connection, like how you relate to other people, the community around you. And as I say that, we have Apocalypse at the bottom of the deck here, which is an unveiling, like it's removing the veil of deception. So it's like quite literally, actually, like what I just said, that's so funny. Specifically here, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. There's a specific line that I'm looking for. like half of it. Apocalypsis indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when two desperate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seemingly opposite directions. The first is a lifting of the veil. This means truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed. That tower moment. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come to light, come to your consciousness, your conscious mind, an element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. The old narrative breaks and the new story forms. And it also says that apocalypse energy is akin to forest fires, right? Destruction for the sake of regeneration. And I pretty sure I said that in another reading, maybe like 2 or so readings ago. You know, chaos and conflict, how there needs to be like destruction within creation, and how there's order within chaos, right? Like sometimes we're simultaneously doing them both. Like, you know, it just is what it is. So let's see. Honestly, how you can keep your sanity during this time. Spirit's message for you. So we got 2 right after it. The riddle and the womb. To me, that just kind of says like, you just holding on by the seat of your pants. To be completely honest with you, you are in this sacred container. You are being birthed. Something is being birthed through this, and it's not necessarily for you to know the end goal. It is just for you to be amongst the chaos, be in the womb of creation. Let's get another one. You know, sometimes this deck is like so hard to shuffle. Sometimes you get super lucky. The offering. And let's see. What is this offering here, please, Spirit? One more. And one more. I don't know why I feel the need to get... Okay. So we have the sustainer and the destroyer. And you know what just came to mind? That is like, as the offering. Chaos, babe. Chaos in order for you. Like, you have the destroyer, and then you have the sustainer. So we have the self and the sustainer. Chaos for the sake of unearthing the real you. I told you, sacred container. Like, so something, the real you can be unearthed and sustained, so that you can develop this container, right? Like, you're sitting in the sacred womb because you have not quite, like, I think father archetype energy, right? So I mean, it could be something that could be something that you struggle with, like your own inner emperor, right? This is really forcing you to come into alignment with your divine masculine energy. What was I about to say? What came to mind as soon as I saw the ocean and the destroyer, but the wreckage of you I no longer reside in. The bridges have long since been burned. The bridges of the old you have long since been burned. You cannot go back. There's nothing to go back to. Obviously, earlier I just said that, like, you have that choice of what you choose to focus on. Trust me, you have done way more work than you think that you have. If you choose to go back to the old you, please know that there is nothing there. There is nothing there. You have so many cards of reckoning, not just from this little spread. This, like, and I've said this in so many readings. This is an energy of the new epoch is here, the new way of being, the new reality, the destiny shift, right? The cataclysmic event, the chiasm, like it's happening, it's here. The rift is here. And you can come kicking and screaming, or you can come, you know, of your own volition, right? And it's like, you can choose to go back to the old you, but please know that one way or another, eventually, like, you're going to get to the point that you need to be, because the divine is over this, because you have work to do, because they're like, you're needed here. You're needed to help bring in this new world, this new way of being in your own unique, special way. And you already know that. And yeah, it can be scary, it can be daunting, it can be all these things, but I mean, suck it up. Oh well, like, it's part of your plan. I would love, normally my messages are like really, really warm and sweet and everything. I would love to coddle you and all of this, but like I've said plenty of times throughout this reading, these are messages that I've been giving in one way or another, like preparing you for this for months now. The time is here. You wanted change, and now here is change. It's staring you in the face, and it's asking you to let it sweep away everything that needs to be swept away. The ocean is like the deep emotional abyss. It clears out everything. Consider it like, it's not a tower, but it's very like similar energy. The storm is more akin to the tower, but the ocean, we know water cleanses. The unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature, yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is a change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. When light, deeper than deep, big dreams, discovery. When dark, subsumed, drowned, polluted, unpredictable. Unpredictable. We about to do something you've never done before. That has nothing to do with this reading, I'm sorry, but that did just come to mind. I have not thought about that song in a very, very long time. I just saw 2222, so 22222. Baby, not the usual. Tonight we getting on. Embrace change, embrace the unpredictability of everything. So these two together are kind of like a tower, but not like a... Consider the difference between Moldavite and Libyan desert glass, right? They do the same thing, but Libyan desert glass is much more gentle. It works more with your subconscious, with your emotions and how you handle things, how your nervous system handles things. That's this energy. This is Libyan desert glass. This isn't Moldavite, so that's a good thing. Just show you really quickly. The savage, the unexpected, the rejected. The destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll. Think Goddess Kali. The ground opens up and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride, the destroyer has arrived. When in light, swift and precise blows that redirect our life. You're being redirected, right? When in dark, self-destruction, negativity, unwillingness to rebuild. Do you see how like this is over you? This is over you. There's nothing here but to embrace the womb of creation, be swept into the waters of the unknown, and to let go what needs to go, let roll what needs to roll, whether that is the old you, people in your life, your job, where you live, your family, right? And it's for this. It's for this. It's for the self beneath the self, right? They're sweeping away, clearing out the little you, the you that goes, oh well, I want to. I just want to be a teacher, right? Like, and not there's anything wrong with being a teacher, but like that could be a good life. That could be a simple life, right? I could be happy doing that. But does that set your soul on fire? Does that make your soul sing? No, that's you playing small, because that's what your limited little self views as possible, as imaginable, right? We are clearing away everything. You're being stripped so that there's nothing left but for you to sit within the womb of creation. Where is the womb of creation? This is the miracle field. This is the magic. This is where shit pops off, right? Think unicorn energy. You can't see it, but it's there. Deeper than deep, bigger than big, more magical, more miraculous, more awe-inspiring than you could ever imagine. Heart awakening, soul fulfilling, lighting your soul on fire, love on fire, right? It's that energy. It's that energy that's going to just completely illuminate you and make you radiate this just giant field of light across the globe, like many of us as well. And that's scary and that's daunting, but that's your purpose. That's what your soul signed up for. And so now the divine is just doing what your soul has already agreed to. Now it's just time. The perfect conditions have been laid. Right? It is time for us to step into the new world. And that's what you have to do. And it's already happening. Again, come hell or high water. It's already happening. So you can lean in with the ocean and let its waves take you, or you can fight against it. Me, I wouldn't fight against cosmic creation. I wouldn't do that. This past eclipse, I did I wouldn't say it was a workshop thing, but it was kind of like touching creation, touching the depths of creation, like sitting with the threads of creation, of like, not just like think, okay, if you're feminine, or like if you're whatever, think the womb space, right? How that is a portal, a vessel for creation, for life. And then go deeper, but then also zoom out, right? Think the infinite, all of everything that was, everything that is, everything that will ever be, anything that is possible. To sit and touch that energy. I felt both weightless and weighed down. I felt like I was everything and nothing. Like I wasn't a person. I was just consciousness. And it was the most profound experience ever. And I actually can't remember where I was going with that. But when I tell you that it was like the field of possibility, endless. We're so capable beyond what is comprehensible to call in whatever it is that we want to call in. We are powerful beyond measure. Our souls are destined for great, big things. And it's just time to stop shying away from that. And it's like, oh, how is that possible? It's like, oh, well, there's so much going on in the world and this and that. Okay, and so what, right? Like, that's kind of the point. Things are dying off. Things are literally dying off, and new things are being birthed. And that's not anything new. We've been experiencing that energy. We've been sitting in that energy for the last 2 years. And so that is what this Mercury retrograde is doing for you. It is just bringing to light, bringing to consciousness what you've already been doing. You've already been doing the work. You've already been seeding the light. You've already been, you've already been building this. You just don't see just how different you are now. You don't see what it is that you've been creating because you've never allowed yourself to be open to such a field of creation, to be open to this magnitude of possibilities, of miracles, of limitless boundlessness. And now you are. And now that's about to be made conscious. And see how powerful you are. See what you can sustain. See what type of container you become. How you go out into the world and direct your authority and your leadership, right? And not in a tyrannical way or anything like that. Like, again, a new way of being, because you're seeing a deeper you, a more true you. You're no longer afraid to let that version of you show. As I split to the vision, right? Like, how do you imagine the world to be? The most utopian way. That is what you are bringing into the field. And maybe you won't see it in your lifetime. But is that the point? Is it the point for you to see it in your lifetime? Do we do things just for us, just for the sake of us? Or do we do things for there to be the possibility, or to lay the groundwork, to lay the foundation for those who come after us? And that's another thing to really, really keep in mind, especially as this really does become conscious and your mind starts to trick you up a little bit during the retrograde, and you're like, that's so unfeasible. That's so fantastical. That's so childish and all these things. No, it's not. It's exactly what we need at this time. And it takes you just that Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands. It takes you having that confidence. It takes you understanding that this is your divine mission. It takes you accepting that, and accepting that with confidence, with grace, and understanding that you are now consciously able to wield your power for good, for light, for the betterment of us all, right? And hell, maybe sometimes that comes through as you telling people to suck it up, because this is what they've been. I just heard something really weird outside, because this is what you've been preparing for. Baby, this is what you came for. Literally, your soul has just been waiting to be activated for this. And that's what you don't understand. Your soul is being put in the driver's seat now. That is why little you has to be dissolved. Little you is afraid. Little you is a little bitch. I'm sorry. I love you. But I have to go through it too, right? But it's big you, soul you is so ready for this. Watch as shit pops off for you. Let's get you an animal card to close it out. And then, just a cute little message of surrender. We're not even gonna go long on this. Animal archetype for the collective to make it through this Mercury retrograde as their consciousness starts to shift, as their awareness of their own magic. Okay, hold on. Maybe do you know what I just got trapped on? The unicorn, but it didn't come out because it doesn't need to come out. You just need this one. The golden egg. We gotta read it. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern day life, sitting in the womb of creation to see what's at your heart. That's why the riddle came out as well. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and breathe and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with the vulnerability, the big self, your soul self touching creation. The fires I had to burn to get to that point, it was 3 days of very, very intensive work. But it was beautiful, it was profound, and I wouldn't change it. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you're well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center of the fourth chakra. This chakra is called I'm not gonna butcher that. It is the home of the self or the soul. By bringing the mind into the center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. It translates as the unstruck sound. As I said, your soul self is waiting for your consciousness to open the doors for it. And that's it. That's literally it. Couple of these to close out the message. Jeez Louise. The snake and the fern starting over, right? Snakes are huge in transformation. The badger and the ginkgo healing wounds. I don't think you're going to be doing a lot of healing at this time, but I do think that listening, like sitting and sitting with your heart, your soul, and seeing where you've been guided. I think that is going to be healing for you in a different way. Don't think shadow work. Think it's what comes after shadow work. It's embodiment. That's healing in its own way. The eel and iris, safety. The hawk and thistle, graceful persistence. Those are things that you need to keep in mind at this time, that you're starting over. And that starting over for you looks like healing. It looks like healing in a different way because it's embodiment, and it's safe to do this. It's safe to do this. And that no matter what, you just need to persist. Be graceful, persist, and be graceful. Like, be graceful with yourself. So this isn't something that's going to happen. Like, Mercury technically goes retrograde depending on where you are. I think it's like 10:48 PST. So East Coast over here, it's not until like early tomorrow, right? It's just going retrograde. This is stuff that's like, so take like, and it's until March 20th, right until Aries season starts, right until the actual new year. Let this unfold. Be compassionate with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself grace, but don't give up. Don't back down, no matter how daunting it seems. This is what is meant to happen. Your soul is ready. You are ready. Let the mystical waters take over. Anyway, I hope you found this message helpful, enlightening. Let me know. I wasn't expecting this in the slightest, and this was just such a beautiful and incredible message. We will keep checking in with this throughout the retrograde to really help you to settle into this energy, and to not lose your way, and to make sure that you're on the path, because the train is going and you got to get on. I love you so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye.